I've had situations where I've had patients come to me, the first examination, they had an accident last week, they come to my office, they're still suffering, so we examine them, we treat them, and then they come back the next day and they tell me that somebody from the insurance company knocked on their door with a checkbook and a piece of paper saying, please sign this form, you promise not to sue us, we won't pay for any medical bills, but here's a $3,000 check. Go away.
Right.
It's criminal. It's corporate theft.
Well, I mean, since you opened that door, I'll tell you that there are companies that have programs in effect and people who are trained to reach accident victims before those victims get to lawyers. And, it's no secret that Allstate was fined by the Attorney General's office years ago for that program. I mean, they were sending letters to accident victims, people who had accidents with their insureds. And they would send a letter saying, you had an accident with our insured, so you are now a customer of ours, and we're here for you. And this is our customer service pledge.
Right, they hide under that umbrella of customer service. They always use that one. We want this information, and what's your doctor, and we want to help you.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
And they would also attach a page that basically listed reasons why they didn't need to consult with an attorney. I made the recommendation that if you do consult with an attorney, well, let us first make an offer to you. So this way, if you decide to hire an attorney and you decide to give a fee to an attorney, let that fee be based on whatever the attorney can get above and beyond what we're offering you. And what's amazing to me is, how can an insurance company have an accident victim's best interest at heart and make an offer right up front without even knowing the extent of the injury?
It's a conflict of interest, back to the anti-consumer.
And obviously, if you have an accident with an insurance company's insured, you're not the insurance company's customer. Your interests are adverse to theirs.
Right.
You want their money.
Right.
They want to protect their insured. So anyway, that program stopped. There was a fine that was paid. But there are other companies that are still doing it in their own way.
Well, now there are even lawsuits.
And it poisons the relationship that we have with our clients. Because when a client comes in, and I have had it happen, and they want our representation to be based on anything that happens subsequent to their own efforts to deal with the insurance company, we've already been poisoned, the whole process, because from day one, I don't even want an insurance company to speak to my client, know my client.
Right.
I want it all to come through us so we can protect their interests. The lawsuits.
The IMEs have gotten so bad that there are actually doctors unifying and starting to sue the insurance companies and go after them.
State Farm is one that's being sued? I saw that. It's RICO action.
Saying that it's a RICO action against, the State Farm, saying that it's collusion and that they're all trying to, cut all these benefits off on purpose for the sake of their own business.
There are a couple of them out there here, and they're all over the country. But there are a couple
now
that
they're
just
starting in
sprung up
Long
here.
Island. Hopefully it'll change the nature of the business a little bit. Hopefully it'll clean up the insurance companies. They're not consumer friends. They're just not the consumers. They don't care about them. They don't care about the injured party. They care about the business and saving money. That's it. And it's amazing how much money they spend on commercials.
Well, you're in good hands.
You're in good hands.
Like
and
a good
little
neighbor,
lizards and geckos and
15 minutes. And
if that money was spent on injured patients, people really need care. They're down and out.
I will say this, and not to play devil's advocate, but I will say this: this system is ripe for fraud. There are, what we call mills that have opened up. There are stories of doctors getting paid, doctors actually paying for patients. There are stories of, of doctors paying, I think they call them runners, to go through neighborhoods to bring the people from hospitals, things like that. And then there's a question as to whether these people, look, I'll tell you something interesting. Somebody just said to me recently, oh, you're a lawyer? I said, yeah. He said, you handle accident cases? I said, yeah. He said, I had an accident recently, but I'm being represented by this lawyer in Brooklyn. So I said, oh. He says, but I'm not really happy with him. I said, well, you can switch. He says, well, I don't really feel comfortable doing that because he paid me $500. And when he said, what do you mean he paid you $500? Oh, he paid me $500 to be his client, and then he sent me to a chiropractor. I said, I don't even want to get involved in that case, but hopefully that guy will get caught. I'm not saying he wasn't involved in an accident. I'm sure he was. He probably needed treatment. This lawyer somehow got to him. I didn't ask how, but maybe through a tow truck driver, an emergency room person, who knows, and paid him money to be his client. And can you imagine somebody signing a retainer? I had a situation where, and again, this is all part of the whole mill concept. I had a situation where somebody came to me to represent her. The accident was about a month earlier, and we processed the case like we normally do, and we sent a letter out to the insurance company, let them know we're representing this person. I get a call from the adjuster telling me that this person had already retained another law firm. Called the client in. Why didn't you tell me that you already have a lawyer? I don't have a lawyer. Okay. So the insurance company sends me the letter. What happened was, when this person went to whatever doctor he went to, I think it was a rehab facility in Brooklyn, they had him sign all sorts of papers, assignment of benefits. In there was a retainer for a law firm. And so the law firm and I think they've been shut down since. A lot of them have been shut down.
Right. You know, they've changed all those laws
But I think the
recently to try
insurance
to stop
companies
that. Mm-hmm.
are, the legitimate victims become victimized because of the fraud.